What is going on, Fight Camp? This is SJHSports. Welcome your faces back to a brand new video. This is episode number 47 of UFC 3 Ultimate Team. And we've got a few things that we need to go through in this episode. If it is your first time around here, remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding dong the notification bell to be notified when uploads go live on the channel. So then, we've got things we need to speak about because there's a lot of content coming to Ultimate Team very, very soon. So I want to keep you guys updated on that. The patch has launched. We're going to discuss that. We're going to have fights online after we've discussed all of that sort of thing. So basically, this episode is we're going to be talking about the patch, the new features that are coming, and then we're going to fight online. Hopefully, you guys are aware of that. Now, the patch is out. It came out last night about 6 PM UK time, and it's gone down generally about 85 to 90% of people in the UFC community that I've spoken to seem to enjoy this patch. Now, a lot of people are still struggling with the patch because, you know, when the game when the game changes slightly, you get so used to playing a certain style, playing a certain way, you basically get comfortable, and a patch throws a big spanner in the works, and it's certainly done that for this update, content update. So if you haven't updated it, it's just over 3 GB downloads on the patch, and there's some such cool stuff in there. There's new animations for like the head movement, the Jose Aldo sway and stuff like that. I'll try and show you that in game when we do go into a fight and fight. Now, there's a few things that do concern me with the patch, but I don't think it's a major. It can be a major issue, and I think it could need a few tweaks and whatnot like that. But fair play to Jeff and the team that have done this gameplay patch. It is a pretty solid build, in my opinion. Some of you guys love it, some of you guys hate it. Now, we're going to talk about all the things. We're going to talk about the positives first of all. Now, the positives for me are when you're throwing strikes, it feels so responsive. It really is fluid, and it really does feel like you are hitting your opponent rather than the last patch where it kind of felt heavy. This feels a lot lighter. The footwork is amazing on it. You feel a lot lighter on your feet and stuff like that. Now, watching footage of the patch, you may not get a true idea or a true gauge of how it actually feels in game. It really is good. That's one thing I do like. The other animations that they've added as well, I absolutely love the Jose Aldo thing. It can get you out of a tricky situation if you're quick enough to think of how to do it. You can get out of that tricky situation, and basically all you have to do is press RB and RT and then left back on the left stick, and that will basically, it'll put his arm out and you will move backwards. But it comes at a bit of a penalty. You will lose stamina, and your stamina will drain for that. But I'll try and show you that in game if I possibly can. I do like it. It's worked well for me so far, what I've done. Now, we'll talk about the negatives very, very quickly, and we'll go on to the features and whatnot afterwards. Negatives for me are basically... Oh, I'm missing one key thing out as well. I'm missing one thing out. Before this patch came out, you will come up against opponents, and a lot of people do this online as well that are in the top 100, who will just like basically will do the sways. Constantly do like 3 or 4 sways followed by a hook straight after the 3rd or 4th sway, and they will hit you. Them fighters I really struggled against because they always used to slip whatever you threw at them. If it was a jab, if it was a straight, if it was a lead hook, if it was a hook, uppercut, there's a good chance that they are going to slip you. And the head bobbing and stuff like that, that is no longer in the game. I have probably played around and about, I would say, 50 fights since the patch come out. I was live streaming for quite a while yesterday on my main account, and we were just getting used to the animations, the new fundamentals of the patch and stuff like that. Them fights now that you go into that people do that, they're going to struggle with this patch because head movement has been changed dramatically. There's 2 types of head movement. There is minor head movement, and there's major head movement. Major head movement it's a bit similar to what it was before this patch came out, and the minor is a new little animation that they've done. Bearing in mind that the minor head movement will drain your... major head movement will drain your stamina. Minor is just a little flick of your head, just a little weave out of the way. It really is effective. It really is good if you can slip those punches. And I really feel that is a good thing. The timing on the minor head movement is very, very, very good. Now, what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to go and I'm going to back out of Ultimate Team. We're going to go into practice mode very quickly, and I want to show you these new features. And it's easy for me to show you on screen than me talk about it. We'll just go Michael Bisping and Luke Rockhold. We'll just do that, just so I can actually show you these new features and what I'm talking about, so you guys will understand properly. I was just going to talk about it, but I thought, you know what? It's easy for me to show you. So we have Michael Bisping, we're controlling Bisping. So head movement is pretty much the same. They're the major lanes. But look at me. I'm holding up on right analog stick. And look at my stamina. I'm losing 50% of my stamina. Bring it back up, we gain stamina. Lean back, my stamina is going down. That's one thing to be wary of. If you're leaning like this for a long period of time, your stamina will go down. As you can see, it's starting to go down now. Obviously in a fight you won't be like this, but just to give you a good representation of it. And when my stamina bar goes up, you can see that's not throwing a strike. And look how much stamina I have used. Quite a lot. Now the other one is the major one. If I just flick the stick, oh hang on, there we go. If I just flick the stick, there's that little lean there, which is quite good. Back as well, just a little flick on the stick, very lightly. That's good. That doesn't use much stamina at all. It does use a bit, but it doesn't use a lot. Just little leans like that. Really good. Really, really good. I like it. But in game, when your opponent's coming up to you and he's throwing jabs, uppercuts, everything like that, it's so hard to do that. Time that right, because you're not going to be able to do it. And the chances are you are going to get rocked or even knocked out. Ducking under punches as well has changed quite dramatically as well. So ducking under, my feet are planted, nothing on the left stick, just holding forward. Basically, that is very, very hard to time. A lot of people will not like that feature. I know there's a couple of people in the community that hate that you can't duck under hooks or anything like that. Because if Rocco was throwing hooks now, there's a good chance I could still get caught by a hook. And again, it uses stamina drain, so be wary of that. The new feature that they've added, so R1 or R2 on the PlayStation controller, RB and RT on the Xbox, and just move back. You can see that there. It does use a lot of stamina drain, but it is effective. If you're getting pummeled by your opponent and there's room to move back, do that. And it will give you that bit of time, that bit of space to compose yourself, to throw up some hooks or punches back or whatever it may be. That is a nice little feature. I really do like that. That is one thing that they've certainly added. And I've used it in game and it does look really good. But they're the two major changes for me in the game. The head movement, if you're a head movement guy like I was before, like this, if you're just trying to evade hooks just by doing that, be careful. That's all I'm going to say, be careful, because if I lean that way and then you're leaning into the punch, on the all patch, yes, you would get caught. It might not rock you, but there's a 90% chance now that you could actually get rocked. Also, as well, if you're pushing forward on the stick, your block will weaken. So if I'm like here, I'm just doing a few jabs. My block will weaken because I am pushing forward towards the fighter. So I'm pushing, in this case, I'm pushing right. Your block will weaken a lot quicker than what it was if your feet was planted like this. That's another little key tip to remember, boys, because it's little changes like that that give you a massive, what's the word I'm looking for? Handicapping game, I would probably say. But landing the combos, landing punches, it feels a lot more fluid. It feels so smooth. The footwork is amazing as well. You can go in and out. It feels light. It doesn't feel like you're ice skating. 3O God was saying that to us yesterday when we were sparring, when the patch come out. He said the footwork is really good. It feels like you're not ice skating. Another good thing about it is, as well, is like the damage that you can do as well to your opponent. Now, online, it gets sweaty. Basically, online, this is all online is at the minute. Till your block's weaken and you knock them down just like that. That is what online is all about at the moment. So we need, as a community, and me as a content creator, we need to get used to that, and we need to try our hardest to try and evade it. That is one major thing that a lot of people are complaining about. People that come in and throw thousands and thousands of combos that just pressurising you like this. The recovery time isn't great on the game neither. It seems to be a lot longer than what it was previous. And it's just, people will just constantly just do that to you. You're up against a cage. There's a good chance that you are going to lose that fight. But you need to, well, okay, we won't jump down and finish him. But you need to try and work out how to get away from your opponent in these circumstances. You can see, like, I know his head's a bit weak, but 1 or 2 punches will absolutely put him on his neck. There, 3 jab followed by 2 hooks will rock him straight forward. And there we finish the fight with the same combo and stuff. He's got to be wary of that. The block has been weakened significantly. The block is really is weak, and I think, me personally, I think it needs a little tweak, because it seems too hard. What I was just doing then with Bisping before we knocked Rockhold out is that's what people do online, and you get them fighters that pressurise you constantly throughout the fight. They're going to be very successful on this patch because it is absolutely well overpowered at the moment. So that's when the head movement does come into play. The lean back head movement would work a treat, but be wary when you're leaning back because you can still get hit from a jab and a straight. Hooks and uppercuts, you will evade them if the distance is correct, which is good, which I like. Another thing as well when you're using head movement, if your opponent is throwing a jab, hook, hook combo, you manage to evade the hook, you manage to evade the jab, then the 2 hooks will still follow in repetition with the combo that he's throwing. So you've got to be careful of that as well. So you can slip that first punch, but the hooks will land. So be wary of that. You could slip and block. That is the main thing to go for, because the head, bringing the head back up to the centre and blocking is a bit quicker on this game as well. That is one thing that we need to get used to as well. Like I said, the patch overall is very, very good. These are just a few of the features that are in the patch I kind of like, and I want to discuss them because a lot of the community are talking about it. And I don't even know if I'm making sense. Hopefully I am. I want you guys to leave your thoughts, your own opinions on the patch below. That will be great. Now, quickly, for you guys that don't fight on Ultimate Team, there are 3 new fighters that have been added to the game. We've got Mike Perry, we've got Josh Emmett, and we've also got Paulo Costa as well. They have been added to the game. And we also get a bonus update with Dana White, which they're calling it the Ultimate Boss Battle. Just got a little bit more intense. Dana White has been added to 3 new weight classes, giving you the chance to take over as a matchmaker. Struck your way to a brawl with the boss as Conor McGregor, or give Dana a taste of the Stockton slap with Nate Diaz. See the tail of the tape for the original Dana White releases. So basically, Dana White is in 4 weight class divisions: heavyweight, lightweight, middleweight, and welterweight. That's for you guys that fight offline, fight in the ranked championships. So that is something that you need to bear in mind. There is also a detailed breakdown of the patch and stuff like that. If you remember to leave a link in the description for you guys, for you to check out everything that's going on in the patch, we can do. Another couple of things I want to say as well is also you lot that like to coin farm, and there's a lot of people out there that will like to go into single player and do the submissions and whatnot. You can still coin farm in this game. Now the way that we was doing it before this patch was released is if you have the Amari roll equipped, you can get in the Amari roll, you can do the heel hook, and the fight will be over within 20-30 seconds, and you gain yourself 500 coins. Now it seems like that has been patched, so you would have to do the submissions. You can still do, so you'd have to probably go the way that I do it normally is take your opponent down, get into half guard, block, wait for the computer to transition, block it a couple of times, and then lock in an arm triangle from half guard, and that is pretty much the easiest way to coin farm. It's so easy. I don't have a thing set up, so I can't really show you, but that's one thing that is quite good to us. Now we're going to go and talk about some of the features as well. So if we go over to solo challenges, I'm just going to go into this Bizarro one very quickly. I'm not going to actually do any of the stuff on there. I just want to show you this. This has been added. This has been terrific. So you've got your fight set up. You see these fight objectives: win the fight with a finish, land at least 5 strikes with your fist from dominant full guard. Opponent is bad at defending the Akonda. Right. So we're going to advance into the gameplay here. This is huge. This is what a lot of the community who love doing the challenges, me included, have been wanting for so long. Now you have an in-game objective tracker, and it looks really good in-game on screen. So if we just skip this very quickly, and I will just quickly pause it. There we go. In the pause menu, it tells you what your objectives are. So win with a finish, and objective 2 is land at least 5 strikes from your fist from dominant full guard. There's been plenty of times where I've memorised what I needed to do, and I get into game and I think, shit, what was it? How many was it? Was it 7? Was it 2? Was it 3 strikes? What was it? I can't remember. This is genius. It's in the pause menu, and also when we go into the fight, I'm just going to show you this. I'm not going to actually do it, but I'm just going to show you this. There we go. Look at that. That tells you what you can do. And like now, I can't remember what it is to actually do, and I don't even know what my fight stats are. So if I just pause it again, land at least 5 strikes with your fist from dominant full guard. Okay, so we're in dominant full guard now. So I can just land, oh, okay, we'll block that. We can just land fists. There's one. And you can see every time I hit in, that green bar is going up. We'll block. The objective done. Now I just need to win with a finish. I can just transition to here. Normally I'd go to side control. We'll go into top mount actually. I don't have a submission on my guy, but we can just go in and just win the fight with a finish. I'm not sure how solid. Have we got the Anaconda choke? No, we haven't. We'll go back flat. We'll try and just quickly finish this off here, just so you can see that it actually works. See if we can do it here. CM Punk, you beast. It's proving difficult. Can I block that transition? No, I can't. This is the position I'm in. Normally, I would have an arm triangle on. So he's transitioned there. This is for coin farming. I would be able to finish with an arm triangle then when his stamina's low. Normally, we're going to side control, see if we can finish him. No, he's managed to rotate, and we'll block that. We'll go backside again. Go back mount. See if we can try and get this done as quickly as we can. I feel like the AI is a lot more. What's the word? He's a lot better. He's a lot better now than what it was. So them insane challenges could be quite difficult to do. See if the transitions again. He doesn't. We'll go to top mount, and we'll see if we can finish the fight from here. Throw an elbow too. That's going to be it, is it? Come on. Oh my days! As if we haven't finished him. See if, come on, man. Let's just do this. I wish I had a submission on because I'll just lock in that submission now and it'll be all over. But anyway, you guys get the picture, so you can see when you pause it, it tells you your description in game. Left hand side of the screen, it tells you you've done 5 of 5, so you've completed all of that, and that is just a lovely little feature to do, and we've actually managed to do it. I was going to quit then, but we've managed to do it. You saw the tick then just before the cutscene to us celebrating, and it tells us that we have done the challenge. And there we go. Win with a finish, land at least 5 strikes with your fist from dominant full guard. Perfect. What an absolutely brilliant little feature. It's the small things like that in game that make it better. Another thing that the patch has fixed as well, which was an issue and it annoyed the hell out of me. I don't know if we've got any move of the night item cards. So let's just quickly go over to say my collection. I'm sure I've got some move of the night cards items. There you go. You see this text here? It's white now. Before it was like a grey washed out colour. It was like the text wasn't there. You could make out what it says, but you couldn't read it clearly enough. So that is I think that looks so much better. That looks absolutely brilliant. And it's little things like that I enjoy from patches. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. It was the patch previous to this that caused that issue with the text on the move of the night card, and it's fixed. It's fixed itself. Anything else that I need to explain? Also, as well, come Tuesday, this is so exciting. Come Tuesday, May the 1st, we are going to be getting a rank reset. Not only that, boys. So rank reset will happen. So division leaderboards, all this will get reset. So all these guys in the top 10 will no longer be in the top 10 when it gets reset. And also your win to loss record as well, that gets completely wiped. So like now I'm 61 and 58, shocking record, I know. However, that will start afresh. Now rivalries will stay the same, so if you've been fighting a similar sort of opponents, let me just, I don't know, I will use Mickey, who's a good subscriber of the channel. Me and him have fought. He's beat me 5 times, I've beat him 4 times or whatever. That will stay there, that won't get wiped, but everything else will. Now, if you want to check on your progress to where you finished last season on Tuesday when this happened, just push Y and you will be able to filter this as well. So just bear that in mind that you can filter the leaderboard. So if you wanted to see, so let's just say, for instance, I came, what's my rank now? 2,282. So next season, I want to be aiming higher than that, doing better than that, achieving that from myself. And that is one thing that I really do like. Season 2 will last 1 month only. So starting the 1st of May, it will end at the end of May. And also, and I have to emphasise on this phrase, hopefully being a strong word, we will get rewards for participation in that current season. Now, I'm not sure what those rewards are as of yet. I'm not sure if it goes on the more wins you get, the better rewards you get, more fights you have, better rewards you get. We're not 100% sure. It's hopefully that is what they want you to do in the future, but it may not happen at the end of Season 2 if they're having problems putting the coding into the game to give out these rewards. So hopefully they can get that sorted by the end of May, and by the end of May I would probably say like a week or 2 into Season 3, that's when we'll probably see our rewards, and we're not sure what these rewards are. One final thing then before we go and have a fight. If we go over to store, they've added a new tab called Bundles. No items to display at current time of recording. We're not sure what this is. I'm wondering if this is going to be like packs like, how can I put it? Like a FIFA pack where you could get, you know, like you get your gold, your premium packs on FIFA, you get your team of the week packs, you get your 100k packs, you get your 50k packs. I'm wondering if that's going to be in there. I don't know what's coming there. They are coming very, very soon. There's no date on that either. Also, one thing I do want to talk about as well, and I don't know if I should, but I'm gonna, and I might get in trouble for saying this, daily objectives are going to be changing as well very soon. Now, what I mean by that is, like, now you come on the Xbox or PlayStation, it's all random. So one day you could have 5 daily tokens to achieve for. In this case, today, it's only 2. These are getting changed to 1 daily per day. Each and every single of these 5 objectives will be a lot easier to do. So like this one here, pull off 7 takedown using a middleweight fighter. That might be just pull off 1 takedown using a middleweight fighter. So basically what I'm trying to say is you would have to complete all 5 of your daily objectives to gain 1 daily token. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, but I'm sorry if I've said that. But that is what's going to be happening. And the reason for that is I'm not 100% sure. I think the initial thought of these daily tokens was to have 1 per day. So you basically get a wildcard token, 1 wildcard token every month or so, just to keep down those fighter sets, those 4-star or 5-star fighters. Oh, there's only 1 5-star fighter at the minute, it's Conor McGregor. But that is one thing that is going to change as well. So a lot of content update for you guys to check out. Make sure you do follow me on Twitter at SJHSports, because I'm posting stuff on there all the time, keeping you guys bang up to date with how things go. And I think I've covered everything so far. So new features are coming, which I really am excited for. They was going to do the rank reset today or tomorrow, but the guy that's doing it, Muffin, that I speak to, the live producer, says, look, we'll do it on the 1st of May. It makes sense because it's the start of the month, and also the patch is out, so it gives us a good few days, 3 or 4 days, to try and work our way out in the patch. Just get used to the patch a little bit more. Now, see, we've got a pack in our inbox, which is just a Bizarro World Token, which we've just done, just from showing you those daily objectives type of thing, which is great. I love that little feature. That is really good. If we go over to store, then we're going to open a premium pack. There's no real new content this weekend, no UFC event. I'm not sure if there's plans. There is plans to do another flashback event challenge, so that might happen over the weekend. I'm not entirely sure. That could happen tonight, or it could happen next week. I'm not 100% sure. The guys down at EA are very, very busy. That pack was absolutely dreadful, by the way, as well. Highlights of the week, then, just to show you, time of recording, it's still from the event that happened at the weekend. So these here are still in packs. Kevin Lee as a grappler looks very nice. Won't mind having him. Frank Edgar as well, won't mind having him. But these are still here at current time of recording. We're going to check out my item scouting, because if there is... Oh, there's nothing there. I was hoping that there'd be a silver contract so we can get rid of some of the fighters and whatnot. Right, let's go into a fight. Let's just show you this patch in its full works. I've waffled on way too long now. Let's just back out of there. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tweak. We're just going to forget the daily objectives. Season 1 is now open. New season is now open for participation. So that will happen on Tuesday. It'll say Season 2 is now open. That's a new little feature that's been added as well. So I think I'm going to fight. Is she a striker? Right, okay. One thing that I want to do, and I need to test it out a little bit more, and I'll let you guys know. So you can see we're here. My Bisping block is 84. You want to be getting that as high as you possibly can. So I'm going to try and take off some of these moves here. And speed is a major impact. I think the 2 main stats from the patch, from what I gather so far, is speed and block. They're the 2 to look out for 100%. I'm going to leave the overhand on because overhands are obviously overpowered. Right, I'm going to untick that because head movement doesn't really matter. And then I'm just going to see if I can get my... Oh, it's an elbow. I'm going to try to get my block up a little bit more. There we go. I've got a roundhouse there. We're going to add that. So my block is now on 90. We'll just take a look at my stamina. It's a good job I checked because we were 1 slot short. Do we have any multi-boosts that are decent? I would probably try to go for toughness and heart. Get that up as much as you can as well, because fights are very, very short. There's not many fights I've had since the new patch has come out that have got out of round 1. They end so quickly, which is good for us as content creators, because then when we do the daily objectives going forward, we'll be able to do it in a whole video and whatnot. So we'll just see what the crack is there. But I am quite excited now. We need to sort this fighter out because we've got nothing on the feet. So we're going to add some kicks. We need to... Right, we'll add the jab because the jab's important to us. The jab is increased damage as well on this game since the patch. Have we got anything else? Let's just look towards block, really. We'll do the lead overhand. It gives us a bit more on the speed. We'll add his block up as well, just to the body roundhouse will work, and then we'll do the ducking roundhouse as well. I think that gives us, it's only a silver one, power and block +2. So yeah, my speed's gone down a little bit, so we'll try to gain that back somewhere else. Accuracy, speed, switch and head movement goes down, we'll add that. Accuracy is 100. What's this? My takedown defense, that's perfect. And again, we need to add another slot here. So again, I'm going to add the toughness, heart, grappling stamina just to get that up slightly. My chin is 84, so bear that in mind as well if we do fight with these. My block is in the 90s. We're going to just see what happens. We're going to search for a game now. And I'm just going to show you the patch in its full works. I'm sorry I've waffled on so much about this patch, but I think it's important that we talk about it and things like that. Showing you some of the new features. And a lot of people love the patch. A hell of a lot of people do love the patch. And to be quite honest with you, I'm liking it as well. Like, I'm getting people tweeting me saying they love the new patch. If you follow me on Twitter, retweet some of this stuff. They're going on like 10 win streaks, 11 win streaks, 13 win streaks. It really is a decent build. It's just going to take time to adapt to it. If anything that if they need to change anything, all it will be for me is just make the block a little bit stronger and the recovery time slightly shorter. And then I think we've got a solid game. But it's gone down well as a community as a whole. We're fighting Whittaker. Oh my god, this is a 4-star Whittaker. I'm sure this is a 4-star Whittaker. Frank Lacey won. He's well known in the community. We'll see what happens. My speed isn't great with Bisping. I think it's in the 90s. But this is all it is online. Look at my block. My block there is weak straight away. So the head movement evade there. See how I move my head back then, and the straight and the jab managed to still connect. So yeah, this, like I say, this patch is basically keep an eye on your stamina. And yeah, because a cartwheel kick there would absolutely wrong me. Look at my block. Just keep an eye on my block, boys. I know my block's quite high. It's in the 90s. We've managed to block that takedown. I'm sure this is a 4-star Whittaker, you know, boys. I'm sure it is. Oh, I went for the uppercut then. I couldn't time it well enough. If I connected then, it would have been fight over. You see, it feels so much easier to throw combos as well. A lot easier to throw combos. Keep an eye on your stamina though as well. But just use this time that we've got from now till Tuesday to get used to the fundamentals, the features of the patch, how to evade strikes and stuff. As you can see, he's beating me to strikes at the minute, and he's knocked me down, and he's finished me. That's because my stamina was low, and that's how a lot of fights are happening in this new patch. It's frustrating. Take it on the chin, move on. We was fighting a better fighter. For those that fight lightweight, I would just say just avoid lightweight for the time being, because McGregor speed is ridiculous. 5-star McGregor speed is ridiculous. I'm sure this is a 4-star fighter. I'm sure it is, yeah. Confirmed. So you can see there his stats. For you guys that didn't know what Whittaker was, he is balanced. Just flick the stick there, just to show you balance. Just tell you in the top left. Speed 92, power 90, accuracy 85, block 83. But you see, my block was in the 90s, and look how easy it was for him to wear down my block. Looking at the ground and then his boost stats. So you know, it is what it is. It's all about getting used to it, getting to adapt to everything like that. But when you're fighting against a 5-star McGregor, boys, just try your goddamn hardest to not get hit, because them combos come flying at you. It's so hard. And you get people that are very good with McGregor before this patch. They're going to be even better with this patch now. But I'm going to wrap up today's video, boys. I've been waffling on way too long. We're into the half-an-hour stage. I just wanted to talk things about the patch, discuss it. I've told you about the new features and whatnot. There's nothing really changing sets neither. It's a good patch. It's frustrating, but it's a very good patch. Thank you so much for watching, boys. If you would be ever so kind to leave a like on the video, that'd be greatly appreciated. And I will see your beautiful faces on another video very, very soon. And goodbye.